All right, so today I want to talk to you about the wiring of your mind that picks the wrong relationship. So I want to help you to rewire your mind so you could actually pick the right relationship versus the toxic relationship. Have you ever wonder why you keep attracting the wrong people and finding yourself in a situation where it's like, oh my gosh, why am I keep, it's as if I have different people, but same face, same pattern. All right, so this is what I want to talk to you about. But before I do this, I know you already know this. I'm so excited. But I was just researching the algorithm of Facebook, like our social media. How is it did they know that when I get on the site, it actually keeps bringing me actually what do you call that? It brings me new the same videos, the same content. Well, you probably already know this, but I just studied it and I'm excited about it. I knew it, but I want to tell you how that actually matches it with our toxic relationships, how we attract our toxic relationship. The very first thing is, I don't know if you noticed, but social media records, like say you go on Facebook, it records the data, your data. So in other words, whenever you're showing up, it's recording the data, what you like. The second thing it does, it recognizes the pattern, your pattern of showing up or choosing a specific data. The third thing it does, it reinforces and it also recommends new videos just like the one that you looked for. And it also redefines the search and it repeats. It keeps bringing up new videos to your interest. Now you said, I knew this stuff. How does it apply to my dysfunctional search? Well, your mind works exactly the same way. It's amazing what they did. They literally mapped out your brain, how it works. And now on social media, it basically is a repetition of the habit of your mind. The very first thing that your mind does, just like social media does, it recognizes and it retrieves data from your past caretaker when it comes to relationship. So the first relationship that you really had was with your caretaker. So the person you grew up with, your parents. That's the first relationship that you've seen. So if you've seen dysfunction, guess what? Your mind has a recording. So it'll pull out that data. Okay. That's the first thing it'll do. It'll recall the data, it'll record it, it'll pull it out. Okay. The second thing it does, it will recognize the pattern, the person's pattern that reminds you of your caretaker. So in other words, it will recognize the pattern that you have with your caretaker, and it will also recognize it in people. So that's how you're picking people. They're picking the wrong people because they recognize something about this person reminds you of your past. And it's all subconscious too, by the way. So you can't really, you don't know what you're doing, how you're picking it because it is subconscious. Okay. The third thing it does, it recommends and it redefines and refines the search so you could repeat the experience that you had with your caretaker. Like, Mickey, what the heck is that? Well, it recommends people. It redefines your search. That means you keep picking and picking and picking and picking. When you do something long enough, it will create a pattern in your mind, a pathway in your mind. And it also recreate a reward once you find, even if it's dysfunctional, when you find what you're looking for, there's an actual reward in your mind. Dopamine is shot, a chemical in your mind. It causes you to feel good about finding a search. It's kind of like, okay, and what it does to the crazy thing about this is trying to redefine and fix the past with the present relationship. Okay, now this is what happens. This is how you know that, man, this is happening to be. Number one, you're repeating a cycle of a toxic cycle. That's number one. You keep repeating toxic cycles in relationships. Okay. The second thing is you find yourself your reduced confidence in yourself. You seeing your self-esteem and your confidence is becoming reduced in a relationship, then you know that you're in that pattern. And the last thing is you're restricted from healthy relationship. It seems like there's a glass mirror between you and healthy relationship. Okay. All right. So now that we know all that, right? So how can we shift and change that? The very first thing you got to do, you really got to clarify what you want, and you need to concentrate on what does a healthy relationship look like? What is a healthy relationship? So what does that mean? Yes, you do need to read books. Yes, you need to focus your mind on what's healthy. You need to visualize what is healthy because you got to retrain your mind, right? Because your mind has a default setting or unhealthy relationship of an unhealthy relationship because that's the first thing. So we need to clarify and concentrate on healthy relationship. The second thing you got to do, you need to cultivate healthy relationship by releasing hurtful relationship. What do I mean by that? You need to cultivate healthy relationship by releasing unhealthy relationship. It says, Mickey, you may say, I don't have a unhealthy relationship. What I'm talking about is in your heart, you have resentment towards hurt that people that have hurt you. You may have resentment there, and that resentment is a repeat memory. It's that data that keeps showing up. So that's why it says release it. And the way you release it is forgiveness, but that's another call. Okay. But you can't receive unless you release. Okay. The last thing you want to do, you want to create a habit of better choice by engaging in healthy relationship. You need to create a habit of better choices. That means that one more you're engaged, the more you're around relationships that are healthy, you are going to actually start to like it. You're going to have a reward of healthy relationships, just like you had a reward or unhealthy relationship. So once you have that, then your mind will start making the right choice. That's going to, and one thing I will say, in order for your mind to make the right choice, you need to resolve the past pain. And the way you resolve the past pain, as I just said, you need to release the resentment attached to the hurtful relationship. That's what I want to share with you. Please do comment. I do read all the comment. Thank you for being a part of this group. Take care.